Germany in 1923 be like. Idiots on this sub when you said that World War II was won by combining efforts and not by individuals. Historians should require sources for all historical claims, and that's a fact. When you just got done pounding some twink bussy, but afterwards he blackmails you into rewriting the constitution and make the Netherlands a constitutional monarchy, or he'll reveal you're gay. Muhammad 53. I love you so much. Aisha 9. Like a daughter, right? Like a daughter, right? 30% of Vietnam vets have PTSD. 30% of Vietnam vets have diagnosed PTSD. Never ask a woman her age, a man, his salary, op in history memes, their sources. History memes user, when it's been 20 years since they last felt the touch of a woman and now they can meme about it. Seeing Rasputin's 11-inch cock in museum, which was confirmed to be his by his daughter. Pizza blocking all salt trades going into Florence. Florence creating bread without salt. Friendly Phoenicians invite you on their ship to trade. The ship starts moving. Romans explaining how the Jew they killed became their Lord and Savior. Disney in 1976, when they were about to lose ownership of their characters. The US Supreme Court. I said we ruining copyright laws today. Joseph Stalin. Hey, do you know where my daughter Svetlana is? God, yeah, I heard she was going to your friend Lavrenti Beria's house. Stalin, you what? Pomei exists. Vesuvius. And I took that personally. The Americans and Brits arguing over who fought the most on day. The Nazis who were present on all 5 beaches. All of Ireland starving and receiving no aid from the British. The Choctaw tribe raising $170 to donate to help the Irish. Switzerland after the 1800s. Chill bro. Switzerland in the Middle Ages. I freaking love war. I want to freaking kill people for money and destroy cultures and history. I have slept with 2 former presidents. I speak 4 languages and I own 2 monarchs. I can name every Roman emperor from first to last. I put money into an IRA every month. In the USA. In Ireland. If it wasn't for America, the French would be singing Deutschland Lied. If it wasn't for France, the Americans would be singing God Save the Queen. Knights in the 14th century, when the person they owe debts to dies of the plague. A blessing from the Lord. The Serbs in 1985 writing one of the most democratic constitutions ever. When you're a Polish citizen in 1977 listening to a speech by the president of the US, and he starts talking about how he wants to have sex with your entire country and isn't going to leave. When Westerners see in front of Indian house, kill this Nazi prick. Most trains in 1931. The Vienna Express being derailed by a horny man. Damn Stephen. Your books in the 80 years were freaking crazy. Stephen King in the 1980 years. You try to create a drug that is less addictive than morphine. End up making a drug 1.5 times more potent than morphine. It makes you feel heroic and strong. So you name it heroin. You start selling heroin as a non-addictive morphine substitute. When you sue someone for libel because they call you gay, but then they go to court and prove you're gay. Congratulations, Oscar Wilde, you played yourself. Pof, you're a Nazi scientist who is jobless after the war. I go to America. World War II soldiers watching you play a video game about the worst day of their lives. Soldiers of the Indian Legion in German Army meeting the Indian soldiers in British Army in World War II. If it wasn't for America, the French would be speaking German. If it wasn't for America, the French would be learning Russian. Czechoslovakia, come over. USSR, I can't, I'm busy. Czechoslovakia, I have created my own form of socialism. USSR. Nobody, basically every Middle East civilization throughout history. Those Jews are up to something. Holding yourself accountable to your war crimes. Denying your war crimes. Being so incomplete that everyone forgets your war crimes. The right to bear arms is obsolete. There's no chance an armed militia could stand up to a corrupt government. Citizens of Athens, Tennessee in 1946. I'm gonna do what's called a pro-gamer move. The FBI tasking Robert Hansen to find KGB moles in the FBI. Robert Hansen, a KGB mole. You're going to receive the best education in the country with the future King of England himself. You're the whipping boy and he doesn't know how to do math. Me, man, I miss summer. What they think I mean. What I actually mean. After finding out Charlemagne and Byzantine Empress Irene were thinking of marrying, uniting the Roman Empire once more, we were on the verge of greatness, we were this close. European monarchs coming up with ways to consolidate their power, be like incest. Former Polish soldier, before jumping to bear enclosure in Edinburgh Zoo. Random visitor, Polish soldier, I raised that boy. People in the 1800s, when they see a drawing of a famous person with a disproportionately big head. Spain watching the USA enjoying the Philippines, after having to give them up in 1898. British privateer after terrorizing Spanish merchant shipping. Was all this legal? Absolutely. Join the war because a Serbian killed your royal successor. Join because you may or may not have ordered the death of an Austrian archduke. Join because you have an alliance with Austria. Join because you have an alliance with Serbia. Join because you have an alliance with Germany and have a giant boner to fight Russia. Join because you have an alliance with Russia and have a giant boner to fight Germany. Join as an excuse to control random islands in the Pacific. Join because you have an alliance with Austria, even though you hate Austria, so you can betray them. Join because Germany forged you to use a VPN. Bows were invented in 9000 BC. People in 8999 BC. Queen Esther grants Jews permission to destroy their persecutors, other Persians. I, too, am extraordinarily Jewish. Yamamoto destroying 75% of the American Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor. America rebuilding it in 6 months and winning the Battle of Midway. Lieutenant Pierre Francois bouchered when his soldiers find some funny little slab with symbols. Internet makes fun of the Habsburgs for marrying their cousins, Egyptian pharaohs. During the Cold War, the CIA considered airdropping XL condoms labeled medium over the Soviet Union to demoralize the Soviet male population and make them feel anatomically inferior and afraid to fight the US. What you're seeing is advanced warfare. Random Native American tribes. You have freed us from the Aztecs. Oh, I wouldn't say freed, more like under new management. Nero winning first place in the Olympics, threatening the judges, audience, and the entire world. There's too many memes about wars in the 21st century. I wish people would make memes about more obscure events. Oh, I know. I will make a meme complaining about too many World War II memes instead of making a good meme myself. How battles were won in antiquity. Romans. Rigid training and discipline overcomes every foe. Macedonians. The men form an unbreakable wall of pikes. Numidians. I'm fast as frig boy. When you are from West Germany and try to explain something to someone from East Germany in 1961. Pov, you're a singing prodigy in 18th century Italy and your parents are worried about your voice breaking at puberty. No, no, not the buttons. Not my gumdrop buttons. When you are forced to cast male actors for the female roles in your stage plays due the Marxist Puritan law, but it is now considered ahead of its time. Yo, which proto-Indo-European Bronze Age dickhead looked at this and said that's a bear lol. When you join the Polish Second Corps as a private and a literal bear outranks you. Your next task is to spend a day without World War II memes. And that's when Scooby and the gang realized that supporting the British in Northern Ireland wasn't going to be easy. Stalin deported millions of people and political opponents to gulags. People scared to say something against him or the political party. Stalin, they love me. Just help, I have been kidnapped and forced by the Ba'ath Party to develop chemical weapons for Saddam Hussein. Mary Curie walking home after a long day at work be like. If I had a nickel for every time a cannonball killed one of Napoleon's best friends, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. The English in the 16th century, oh shit, if we make fun of the king we'll get executed in the most brutal way possible. The English in the 18th century. Friend, I had a dream where I married my crush. My dreams. Fill a big museum with stolen artifacts. Fill a museum 3 times larger than the British one. Lose everything and then fill it again. Take entire buildings and put them into your museum. Uncritically portray your colonial history and don't modernize the exhibition till 2007. Build the largest collection of pagan art despite being a Christian theocracy. Create a giant colonial collection without even owning colonies. Take half of the Egyptian obelisks to decorate your streets before the concept of a public museum even exists. Me, how to throw a tea party in Boston. Google, Bing. What people think medieval people would be shocked by. What medieval people may be shocked by. What medieval people would actually be shocked by. President McKinley, the United States has the sacred responsibility to spread Christianity to the Philippines, the Filipino people who have been Christian for nearly 400 years. KKK, let's hold a rally in Maxton. What could go wrong? 500 lumpy people with guns. Buenos Dias, frig boy. Parliament executes Charles I, abolishes the monarchy and ushers in over a decade of Commonwealth rule. Charles II in exile in France. British conquers half of the planet just for spices. Also British food. People in the 19th century, opium dens are destroying people's lives and we must limit the drug sale to registered chemists and pharmacists. Also people in the 19th century. Some poor iceberg on the night of April 14th. 1912. Boat. Military commander from hundreds of years ago makes a decision in the heat of the moment, genuinely believing it will save the lives of his men and win the battle. Modern historians with the benefit of hindsight. No, you freaking idiot. Physicists in 1900 years observing single subatomic particle collide with itself. Confused screaming. War of 1812 in the north. Alright, we'll call it a draw. War of 1812 in the south. Alright, we'll call it a draw. Help Finland when it is being attacked by USSR. Do nothing and expect them to stay neutral. Hitler and Koch when they get raided and questioned because East German special police units like the Diensteinheit 9th are getting seen using MP5s and HK33s in the 80s. How'd that get in there? Me and the boys about to introduce the Pope and his cronies to gunpowder and wagon circles. When you chain your ships together to prevent seasickness, but see a ship on fire heading your way.
If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe for your daily dose of memes. Also, be sure to watch previous MemePog episodes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back tomorrow.